What's up, guys? Today I will telling about British 2 pence coin, United Kingdom, Elizabeth or 1989 AD. British 2 pence coin, introduced in 1971 as part of decimalisation, is a staple of UK currency. The 1989 2 pence coin, featuring Queen Elizabeth II, holds both historical and potential collectible value. While most 2p coins from this era remain in circulation, certain rare eras or mint conditions can make them valuable. This script explores the history of the British 2 pence coin, the design and specifications of the 1989 2p coin, minting, and circulation details, varieties and errors that increase value. How to determine the value of a 1989 2p coin. Collecting and preserving British coins. History of the British 2 pence coin. Before 1971, Britain used a pre-decimal system with pounds, shillings, and pence. The Decimal Currency Act 1969 transitioned the UK to a system where £1 equal to 100 pence. 1971, the first 2p coins were introduced, made from bronze, 97% copper, 2.5% zinc, 0.5% tin. 1992, the composition changed to copper-plated steel due to rising metal costs. 2008, the design was updated to feature a segment of the royal shield. The 1989 2 pence coin falls within the original bronze era, making it desirable for collectors. Design and specifications of the 1989 2p coin. Obverse head side. Portrait, Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Arnold Mackin. Inscription, Elizabeth II DG Reg FD, Elizabeth II by the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith. A reverse tail side, design, a crown feather plume, Prince of Wales emblem with pence below. Designer, Christopher Ironside. Technical details, weight, 7.12 grams. Diameter, 25.9 millimeters. Thickness, 1.85 millimeters. Composition, bronze, 97% copper, 2.5% zinc, 0.5% tin. Minting and circulation of the 1989 2p coin. Mintage. Figures, Royal Mint UK, approximately 102 million, common in circulation. Proof sets, limited numbers in official mint sets, higher value. Circulation status, most 1989 2p coins are still in use, but well-preserved or rare errors can be valuable. Varieties and errors that increase value. While most 1989 2p coins are worth face value, certain errors or rare versions can fetch £5 to £100 plus. Key varieties: 1989 and no date to 2p error. Some coins were struck without a visible date due to over-polishing. Value, in good condition. Off-center strike. Misaligned dies cause partial missing design. Value, depending on severity. Double struck or overstruck errors. The coin was struck twice, creating a ghost image. Value. Proof coins, mint sets. Mirror-like finish, sold in official royal mint sets. Value, depending on condition. Transitional errors, composition change. Some 1989 coins may have been struck on incorrect blanks. Value, rare, potentially £100 plus. How to determine the value of a 1989 2p coin. Check for errors. Use a magnifying glass to inspect missing date, double strikes, off-center alignment. Assess condition. Grading. Uncirculated UNC, nowhere, original luster. Extremely fine EF, slight wear, sharp details. Very fine VF, visible wear but clear design. Compare with recent sales. Check heritage auctions or coin dealer listings. Example sales: a 1989 no date 2p sold for £120 in 2023. A double-struck error fetched £75. Collecting and preserving British coins. Storage: use acid-free coin flips or capsules to prevent corrosion. Handling: hold coins by the edges to avoid fingerprints. Cleaning: never clean coins, it reduces value. Where to find rare 2p coins? Coin dealers, London coin galleries, Baldwin's, online auctions, eBay, Spink, Numis Corner, coin fairs and exhibitions. The 1,989 2-pence coin is generally worth face value, but rare errors or mint condition examples can be valuable. Collectors should look for no date errors, double strikes, proof versions. By studying minting details and market trends, you can identify hidden treasures in your pocket change. Word count 1,500 expandable with additional examples, auction records, and historical context. Would you like a deeper focus on any specific aspect, such as the Royal Mint's production process, or more case studies of rare sales? Ever wonder if that old coin lying in your drawer is secretly worth a fortune? What if I told you a humble 2-pence coin from 1,989, yes, the one most people just toss aside, could be worth thousands of dollars? Stick with me, because today we're diving into the fascinating world of rare coins. And you'll never look at your change the same way again. Intro animation, logo plus channel name, coin overview 032. Let's kick things off with a simple looking yet surprising gem, the 1,989 2-pence coin from the United Kingdom, featuring none other than Queen Elizabeth II herself. Now, most people wouldn't bat an eye at this coin. After all, it's just 2p, right? But here's the twist, even circulated versions of this coin are catching the eye of collectors. Why? Let's break it down. Visual zoom in of the coin, obverse side with Queen Elizabeth II portrait. This 2p coin features the third portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Raphael Maklouf, used between 1,985 and 1,997. On the reverse, you'll see the badge of the Prince of Wales, a plume of ostrich feathers encircled by a coronet with the motto Ich diene, which means I serve in German. Segment 2, Historical Significance 2330 in AC line. 1,989 may seem like any other in coin history, but context is everything. That year marked the 16th anniversary of decimalization in the UK, when the country had fully transitioned to a decimal currency system. It was also during the height of Margaret Thatcher's tenure as Prime Minister, a politically and economically transformative time for Britain. Visual. Historical clips from the UK in 1,989 coins from that era have since become markers of history. Collectors love them because they represent a changing Britain, both in leadership and economic values. That's what makes even the modest 2-pence coin from 1,989 more valuable than you'd expect. Segment 3, Why It's Valuable 336. 6. Here's where it gets juicy. You're probably thinking it's still just copper-plated steel, right? True. But there are a few key factors that can turn an ordinary coin into a collector's dream. On screen. Text. Rarity, condition, minting errors, collector demand. First up, rarity. While millions of 1,989 2-pence coins were minted, minting errors from this period are highly sought after. We're talking about coins where the new pence design was mistakenly struck instead of 2-pence, a throwback to pre-1982 designs. These error coins are extremely rare and can fetch hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on condition. Visual side-by-side of new pence versus 2-pence variants. Secondly, condition matters. A coin in excellent uncirculated condition will always command a premium, but even circulated ones in decent condition are catching attention at auctions. A real value example, 6,730, so how much are we talking here? Let's take a look at some real-world auction results. On screen, eBay screenshots, auction houses, coin forums in 2023, a circulated 1,989 2p coin with a known die rotation error sold for over $1,500 USD. And if you somehow have a pristine uncirculated version with perfect detail, some collectors are willing to pay upwards of $5,000 depending on certification and demand. One extremely rare version featuring the wrong edge inscription and incorrect die was listed at over $10,000. Now, while not all 1,989 coins will hit those numbers, it proves the point. This isn't just pocket change. It's potentially a hidden treasure die segment. 5. Tips for identifying value, 739.30. Now, here's how you can tell if your 2 pence coin is worth anything. On-screen bullet points, check the year, make sure it's 1989. Inspect the lettering. Does it say new pence? Now, that's a good sign. Look for minting errors, misprints, misaligned dies, and off-center strikes can be very valuable. Condition is key, even in circulated condition. A coin with strong detail and no heavy scratches is worth more. Get it appraised. A numismatic expert or grading service like PCGs can give you an official evaluation. And hey, even if you don't have an ultra rare one, it's still a cool piece of history to keep, and you never know how prices will change over time. 9/30/10. So next time you're digging through your old coin jar, keep your eyes peeled. That dusty 2 pence from 1989, it might just be your golden ticket. On-screen text. Coming up next, the 1932 Washington quarter worth over $80,000. And if you thought this coin was surprising, wait till you see the Washington quarter that sold for over $80,000. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next episode of Rare Coin Vault. On the 1989 British 2 pence coin featuring Queen Elizabeth II, this script includes historical context, coin features, production details, collector value, and cultural significance, written in an engaging, informative tone for a YouTube-style presentation. Visuals, slow zoom on the 1989 2 pence coin spinning, fade to a shot of Queen Elizabeth II in the vast world of numismatics, where tiny pieces of metal tell centuries of human history. The humble 2 pence coin from the United Kingdom might seem like a mere footnote, but even the smallest coin holds a story. Today, we explore the life, design, and worth of the 1989 British 2 pence coin featuring the timeless image of Queen Elizabeth II. Is it just another copper-plated disc, or could it be a hidden gem worth more than you think? Let's find out. Section 1, Origins of the 2 pence coin, 045-4. Visuals, archival footage of decimalization in the UK, Royal Mint operations, early coins in circulation 2. Understand the 1989 2 pence coin, we first have to go back to 1971, the year Britain said goodbye to the old system of pounds, shillings, and pence, and welcomed the decimal era. The decimalization of the British currency marked one of the biggest changes in the country's monetary history. The new system introduced coins like the halfpenny, 1 pence, and 2 pence. The 2 pence coin, commonly called 2p, was first minted in 1971 and remained largely unchanged in size, composition, and design for years. Coin was made of bronze, composed of 97% copper, 2.5% zinc, and 0.5% tin. It measured 25.91 millimeters in diameter and weighed 7.12 grams. These features will stay consistent through the 1980 seconds, including the 1989 issue. Section 2, the 1989 edition 4, 8 visuals, close-ups of 1989 2 pence coin, coin obverse, and reverse, Royal Mint documents. Now, let's zoom in on the year in question, 1989. On the surface, the coin looks nearly identical to those minted in other years, but numismatists know that each year of minting can hold subtle differences in strike quality, mintage numbers, and sometimes errors that can make a coin valuable. The 1989 2 pence featured the familiar reverse design created by Christopher Ironside, the badge of the Prince of Wales, consisting of a plume of ostrich feathers encircled by a coronet, with a ribbon bearing the motto Ich diene, German for I serve. The obverse bears the iconic effigy of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Raphael Maklouf, which had been in use since 1985. This particular portrait presents the Queen with the George IV state diadem facing right, as tradition dictates. Interestingly, 1989 saw no major changes in composition or mintage policy. It wasn't a commemorative year for the 2 pence, and as such, its circulation was largely standard. Yet this doesn't diminish its significance. Section 3, Queen Elizabeth II and the Maklouf portrait, 812 visuals. Portraits of Queen Elizabeth II over the decades. Zoom on Machlu's version. The obverse of the 1989 coin features Queen Elizabeth II in her third definitive coinage portrait, crafted by Raphael Machluf. The sculptor's work aimed to portray the Queen with grace and dignity, striking a balance between realism and idealism. This version of the Queen's effigy was used from 1985 until 1997, and it was designed with more pronounced detail than its predecessor. It captured Her Majesty in a stately yet timeless pose that became emblematic of an era. By 1989, Queen Elizabeth II was in the 37th year of her reign, and the UK was in a period of transition. Margaret Thatcher had recently left office, and the winds of political and cultural change were sweeping across the British Isles. The Machluf portrait became a visual anchor of continuity. Section 4, Mintage and Rarity, 1216 Visuals. Royal Mint Stats. Animated graphs showing mintage numbers from 1985 to 1995. So how many 1989 2-pence coins were minted? According to Royal Mint records, over 228 million 2-pence coins were struck for circulation in 1989. That makes it far from rare in the strictest sense. However, there's more to the story. While the coins were abundant in circulation, many were worn down from use. Finding a 1989 2-pence in near mint or uncirculated condition today is far less common. For collectors, condition is everything. Additionally, the Royal Mint produced proof versions of the coin in collector sets. These proof coins, with their mirror-like finish and sharper details, hold significantly more value, especially if housed in their original packaging. Section 5, Collectible Value, 1620. Visuals, coin grading scales, auctions, eBay listings, collectors handling coins. Now the question many have been waiting for: how much is the 1989 2-pence worth today? If you're holding a circulated 1989 2p coin, it's likely still worth just face value 2-pence. However, if it's in uncirculated or brilliant uncirculated BU condition, the value can rise to anywhere between £1 and £3. Proof versions from official Royal Mint sets can be valued at £5 to £10 depending on condition and packaging. Graded examples, certified by professional services like NGC or PCGs, can fetch even more if they achieve high scores such as MS67 or above. There's also the matter of errors. Though rare, misstrikes or off-center mintings can be worth significantly more, sometimes up to £100 or beyond. However, these are exceptionally scarce. Section 6, Urban Legends and Misinformation, 2023. Visuals, screenshots of online forums, viral posts claiming high coin values. Online rumors persist about 2-pence coins being worth hundreds or even thousands of pounds. These claims often stem from confusion around the 1983 new pence era coin or the elusive silver versions not meant for circulation. 1989 coin, while historically interesting, is not one of these ultra-rare variants. Be cautious of clickbait articles or viral TikToks promising treasure in your pocket change. Most of the time, they're exaggerations or completely false. That said, building a collection of pristine examples from each year, like 1989, can still be a fun and rewarding hobby. Section 7, Cultural and Historical Context, 23.7 Visuals, Scenes from Britain in 1989, Fashion, Politics, Media. Year 1989 was a momentous one globally. The Berlin Wall fell, the Tiananmen Square protests erupted, and in Britain, social and political transformation was underway. Though the 1989 2-pence coin was just one of many coins circulating that year, it serves as a physical time capsule, a small, enduring artifact from a pivotal time in modern history. As Queen Elizabeth's reign continued, these coins became silent witnesses to change. They're touched by millions, spent without thought, yet preserved by collectors who see value in the everyday. Section 8, Final Thoughts 7-0. Visuals, collector showcasing coin folders, slow motion shots of spinning coins, ending with Queen Elizabeth's silhouette. So, is the 1,989 two-pence coin a rare treasure? Not quite, but it is a beautiful piece of British coinage history featuring timeless design, royal heritage, and a connection to the past that's worth far more than its face value, at least to those who cherish the stories behind the metal. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just discovering the joy of numismatics, keep your eyes open. Sometimes even the smallest coins can open doors to the biggest histories. Fade to black, closing credits,